has been one of the most delightful experiences I've ever had in my whole life. I love it here. I love these people. I'm having a great time. I'm getting fit. And I think you should vote for me. Certainly as a all-around hand, I certainly think Gino has that chance. Kim, strangely enough, has it. I don't know whether Sabrina has it or not. I think it's more important for you to win this for your career and for your life than it is others. And I'd like to see you stay the course and have the fun with it. Well, I do feel fatherly towards George. He reminds me of my son a lot. And I like to help him any way I can. And I gave him a bit of advice today. I think you need to open up a bit more. You are coming across great. But good guys don't always win. That's for sure. In this life, your challenge is to make the people like you for things they don't know about you yet. That'll add to the whole thing.
Sure.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
Think about it. Just have a think on it.
Okay. Thank you very much, George.
Still? Yeah. Come.
Sorry. Sure.
I don't know. Something's wrong.
Yeah, I think he's a very deeply emotional guy, and he closes off. Because I saw it the other day, he didn't want to talk about anything, you know?
Stu, baby, okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just kind of hit home, I suppose. Because he kind of said just be yourself and open up a bit more, and I find it so hard sometimes to open up about my family and my private life. I get like this. I'm just missing my dad.
You miss him a lot, don't you?
Very much so.
I'm sure wherever he is, he's proud of you now. He's watching down.
Because then as soon as you speak to people, that's it. It kind of goes wrong, doesn't it?
When something like that happens, you know, it kind of rocks your world.
And I thought I'd have time to think about it as well.
Truth or dare?
George!
You take a bunch of people and all of a sudden we're all 12 again because we were playing that silly game Truth or Dare.
Who was the greatest lover you ever had?
I have to think about this a moment. You gotta give me a second to think about it because I have a rather large directory of books that I'm going through. I was 18, she was 28. She taught me everything I know.
Okay. And as a young man, it was wonderful.
It was unbelievable, and it served for great benefit for the rest of my life, not only for me, but for a lot of others.
Lovely.
Nice answer.
Oh, Sabrina.
Yeah.
Have you ever been unfaithful in a relationship?
No.
You're going to be the last man standing.
No, I'm the comedian, the entertainer, but...
Trust me, there's one thing nobody looks upon you like. Nobody. That's not... You must never think that because you are respected throughout the world.
Thank you.
Even if you're... What are you, an actor? What are you doing?
If I've got to go, I've got to go. I'll be really...
They've decided it's not you. Sam.
Yes.
Greatest actors the world has ever known. Marlon Brando, Elizabeth Taylor, Al Pacino, and of course, Stuart Manning.
And when he starts telling stories, everybody listens.
George, has there been anybody that you've met who you've been absolutely shocked and stunned to meet?
Elizabeth Taylor was, we went out together, we worked together, we did a film.
Did you go out with Elizabeth Taylor? Did you?
And Elizabeth is an extraordinary human being, and she's an amazing friend. I can tell you for a fact that Elizabeth Taylor is not a snorer.
Did you know Rock Hudson?
Yeah.
What was Burt Lancaster like?
I like him. I like him.
There's not a person that you could think of as an old Hollywood great that he doesn't know. Do you Lana Turner?
I'm a very unique woman. I mean, she was something.
I don't think there's anyone in Hollywood that George doesn't know.
George Clooney?
He's very good.
Niven said one of the best things about Aeroplane ever. He said, you can always count on Aeroplane to let you down.
I used to pick up a script, and if it was heavy, I'd hand it to George Pepper and I'd say, this is a good one for you. It's got a lot of lines in it.
Well, you've met some people, man, I'll tell you.
He's knows everybody that's gone and died.
Elvis would read medical books. Across the way, I see Fred Astaire and Gary Cooper, all these incredible people. They're all in one room in one day, and I thought to myself, God, this is... And they're all gone 2 years later. Cary Grant took LSD.
George Hamilton is quite possibly one of the most fascinating raconteurs that I have ever heard.
You went out on a date with George, didn't you? With Marilyn, yeah.
Marilyn
Monroe. What was she like, George?
She was forever getting ready. She'd come out and she'd say, does my hair look acid? It's great. Then she'd go back and she'd fiddle with the hair some more.
Hopefully one day I will be like George.
Did you know Marlene Dietrich?
Yeah, let me tell you a story about Dietrich. Burt Bacharach was conducting for her, and Burt was an old friend of mine. I went to see the show that night, and she got a standing ovation.
Oh, wow.
He's made 80 films. I think I've seen about 70 of them.
Al Pacino says he wants to take his dog to dinner. We got there, and the dog had a place setting.
That guy is a legend.
So you know Sinatra used to do that. Yeah. Frank had a deal with the casino. He'd make these big bets, but he wasn't playing with his money. Dean and Sammy played. Sammy, with his one good eye, would look at it and he said, not a good hand. Dean said, give it back.
His storytelling prowess is beyond Jackanory.
I like Puff Daddy.
Puffy's a good friend of mine. Puffy's a really good friend. I like him a lot. You want me to speak to him? Would you like that?
Please, that'd be great.
George hangs with the old and the new. He's got swagger.
I love Anthony Hopkins. I had breakfast with him about a month ago, and I said, what do we have, Tony? He said, I had that lumpy old, I said, Jesus, you turned into Hannibal Lecter. What?
We see a Sharon Stone movie and we go, whoa.
I used to go out with him.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah. First movie with Robert Mitchum. He said, they say I don't know my lines. He says, not true. I'm just too drunk to say them.
That's brilliant, isn't it? It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff from George. I sit there and listen to that all day. He should write a book.
He should.
He should write a book with all those stories in. And talking of books, the amazing story of Britain's best loved double act is available in all good bookshops now, and with Christmas coming up, it really does make the perfect stocking filler.
That sounds great, Dick. But what is this amazing book?
It's this one. The Chuckle Brothers, To Me, To You, A Life in Showbiz. It's a good read. Here's Justin with an important announcement for the camp.
What's wonderful about my life now, and what would be great in 5 years, is that my little 10-year-old, I have the chance to do with him what I couldn't do with my 34 years. So my life has started over again. So for me, it's about intimacy and about being with the person I care about and being sure that my children, I'm nice to them because they're the ones who are going to put me in the home if I don't.
In 5 years' time,